Welcome to the following presentation of the National Football League on NFL Network.
I'm Michael Vick, and welcome to my city.
I know you got your own town. I know you got your own ways. I know there's no place like home, but I know you're gonna like it in my city. Everybody's welcome here. Everybody welcome to my city. We ain't got no worries here. I know you're gonna like it in my city.
For the touchdown! They're not going to catch him!
To my city. Everybody's welcome here. Everybody welcome to my city. Come on, come on. You ain't never had a party till you come to a party in my city.
And tonight our city is one of brotherly love. Philadelphia, Lincoln Financial Field, and our matchup tonight on Thursday Night Football, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Truly, there was some brotherly love moments ago. Andy Reid making his return to Philadelphia, where he was head coach for 14 years.
The Philadelphia Eagles thank Andy Reid for his 14 years of dedicated service as head coach.
A standing ovation here in Philadelphia. Welcome, everybody. Brad Nessler with Mike Mayock. Partner, that's been the subplot all week. Great reaction from the Philly fans.
And from the much maligned Philadelphia Eagles fans, I thought they handled it with a touch of class, and I'm proud to say I'm from this great city.
Well, more importantly for Kansas City fans, Andy brings in a team that's already won as many games as all of last year.
Andy Reid, John Dorsey, the GM, got together. First move they made was they traded for Alex Smith. Great move. Why? It stabilized the offense. They don't turn the football over. He's sneaky athletic. He was a leading rusher a week ago. But the dynamic playmaker on this team is Jamal Charles. I don't care if you throw it to him, hand it to him, but whatever it is, he needs 20 to 25 touches because good things happen when he handles the football.
And for the Philadelphia Eagles, you talk about their blur offense, and they've got three guys, lethal three, I guess, guys that can take it to the house at any play.
Hey, spread the field and get a talented athlete in space, right? LaShawn McCoy, Washington, 31 carries for $184, and then held to 16 touches a week ago, but over 10 yards per touch. So if you try to single Deshaun Jackson out on the edge, San Diego, he had 9 touches, 193 yards, but the guy that makes it work is Michael Vick. At age 33, he's finally found the perfect fit. Up-tempo, play action, get out on the edge. Brad, he can win games with both his arm and his legs.
You see Chip Kelly in his first year as we head down to the field, and Alex Flanagan.
Well, Brad, Andy Reid showing very little emotion since he returned here to Philadelphia. I spoke to a close friend of his this evening who told me that his emotions are flat. He said that Andy is such a disciplined person that he hasn't allowed himself to focus on anything but football. While the atmosphere surrounding him has been circus-like, he's been stoic from the moment he stepped off the bus. His players telling me that they really want to win for Andy Reid. Not for sentimental reasons, though, Brad and Michael, because they want to start this season 3-0.
And there's Andy in the unfamiliar red. First season as the head coach of the Chiefs after 14 successful, mostly successful seasons in Philadelphia. And Chip Kelly in his first year as the head coach of the Eagles, coming off a loss, a disappointing one to San Diego. But at 1-1, they take on the 2-0 Chiefs, who won the toss and elected to receive. And our Thursday Night Football is underway. Clinton Depps. Big opening on the kick return with a kicker to beat. Depps across midfield before the Eagles can track him down. A 58-yard kickoff return to start things off.
David Jones, the special teams coach, Kansas City told me he thought they had a chance to win tonight. Come out of the gate, Quentin Demps, a defensive back, has spent some time in Philadelphia, makes an easy move on the kicker.
And has it in the Eagle territory to start at the 48-yard line. Boy, what a way to begin a ball game for Kansas City. And Alex Smith in a pistol set with Jamal Charles behind him. Will throw on first down. And he zips it complete, close to a first down to Dwayne Bowe. And Smith took a hit immediately.
The ball was dropped.
The ball was dropped,
yeah,
right.
It's 2nd and 10. See Barwin just exploding inside, getting the hit on the quarterback Smith.
So 2nd down and 10. Now an I backfield and Smith under center. Fakes it to Jamal Charles and takes it for what he can on the left side before he's knocked out of bounds by Kerry Williams. Pick up a 3, and the Chiefs find themselves 3rd down and 7. Alex Smith, his record since 2011, not many are better. 99 straight pass attempts without an interception. Had a great game against the Eagles the last time he played, but of course then he was a San Francisco 49er. 3rd down and 7.
Brad, they
has been tough on, has not been good on 3rd down so far this year. And an empty backfield at the Philadelphia 45-yard line. Throw in and out of the hands of McCluster, and so the great kickoff return doesn't net them anything.
Big hit by Connor Barwin on the edge. Some pressure by Trent Cole. I think their 2 outside linebackers are their 2 most explosive players on defense.
Damaris Johnson waits on the first punt of the night from Dustin Colquitt. Colquitt with a knuckleball that Johnson has to fair catch and drops inside the 10, and the Chiefs are on top of it. Wow. So 2 special team gaffes already by the Eagles.
Wow, big kickoff return by Quentin Demps, and then a poor job by Damaris Johnson. Tries to settle under it. 2 things. Follow with your eyes and get your elbows in. Look at he catches it on the right side of his body instead of getting centered. And if it's a fair catch, there's no excuse to not be centered on the football.
Cyrus Gray with the fumble recovery, and just like that, the Chiefs have got a 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. And there's the turnover margins from last year to this year.
They were the 2 worst teams in the NFL in turnover differential. Both teams doing a much better job taking care of the football. Kansas City hasn't turned it over this entire season yet.
So let's see if they can take advantage of that special team error. Jamal Charles, left side, following his blockers, backs his way inside the 5
from behind,
and a pickup of 5.
Yeah, they get in a set there with the fullback Sherman in the game. Nice job by Brandon Albert at left tackle.
So a 2nd and goal for the Chiefs here early in the first quarter at the 4-yard line. Smith in the shotgun. McCluster will settle in the backfield with him. And an option and a pitch to McCluster. Trying to get to the edge and can't. Nice job defensively. Michael Kendricks, and a loss of 3.
Now what Michael Kendricks can do is he can run. And if you're going to try and outrun him to the edge, you're going to have a problem. You can see Kendricks right in the middle of the screen. Reads it correctly. Option football, inside out. McCluster cannot outrun him. That's what Kendricks does best.
3rd down and goal. Backed up to the 7-yard line. This would be a huge stop for the Eagles. Smith scanning the field, running out of time. And now runs back the other way. Eagles pursuing, and down he goes back at the 14-yard line. Nate Allen, much maligned a week ago in the Charger game comes up with the first big play for the Philadelphia defense.
Hey, Nate Allen's had a tough season so far. Former second-round pick. Whenever a quarterback begins to scramble, the defensive backs have to stay plastered to their wide receivers. Now look at Alex Smith, head on a swivel, makes another move from behind Cole, and I love how the defensive back, Nate Allen, pulls the trigger and makes a definitive run at the quarterback.
Ryan Suckup comes in to try a field goal of 33 yards. 1 out of 2 on the season.
Really nice job twice in a row by that Eagles defense.
Suckup's kick up and good. So DeMaurice Johnson dropped a punt. And that set up Kansas City with a 1st and goal. They went the wrong way offensively and had to settle for 3. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz and the all-new CLA, starting at $29,900. And brought to you by Windows. A perfect night in Philadelphia. And a full moon. And a full opportunity from the 8-yard line on 1st and goal for Kansas City. Mike, they didn't take advantage of it. The Eagles defense played it beautifully.
Yeah, and those kind of things typically come back to bite you. Great field position after that kickoff return. Even better in the red zone. And for the first time this year, they didn't score a touchdown in the red zone. Michael
Vick still waiting for his first appearance on the field as the line drive kick goes to DeMaurice Johnson, 6 yards deep, and he'll bring it out. And let's see if he holds on to it. Boy. He really got hammered as he crossed the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Ron Parker just absolutely annihilated him. He's a nice pickup when Seattle cut him at the end of camp.
So Michael Vick will bring out the Eagles offense. Had a nice stretch without an interception, 3rd longest in the league. He is the oldest Philadelphia Eagle. We kidded with him about it yesterday. And, of course, one of the great running quarterbacks ever in NFL history.
What did he tell us? He was watching some old Falcon tape the other night?
Said, wow, I didn't know I was that fast. Not quite as fast anymore, but he'd still beat a lot of people in a foot race.
Yeah, he beat his tailback McCoy last spring. McCoy said he cheated, though.
Nice move by Shady McCoy. And picks up 5.
When you talk about tailbacks that can change direction, just watch this jump cut here in the hole. He doesn't see anything in now. He jumps, gets behind the left guard Mathis, and up the field. There are very few human beings can make that kind of movement so quickly.
LeSean right now leads the NFL in rushing. Vick, first pass, sidearms it out to Deshaun Jackson, and he's got a 1st down. So 2 of the lethal 3 already have made an impact.
And I don't know if you're Bob Sutton, if you're the defensive coordinator, and you got to kind of pick your poison. And here they are over the ball already. Tom Bale's talking to his linebacker. They're trying to get lined up in time, and they're going to snap the football.
Vick almost he did have it intercepted. Picked off by Eric Berry down the sideline. It's going to be a touchdown, Kansas City. Derek Johnson tipped it, and the tip drill to Eric Berry for the touchdown.
Eagles looking completely out of sync. How different than that first Monday night game against Washington. Watch Michael Vick stare down Selleck over here. He's going to stare him right down. Good job by Johnson reading the eyes. Doesn't complete the catch, but Eric Berry sure does. And I don't care how many years you've played in this league. If you stare down your intended receiver like that, a veteran linebacker is going to jump it every time.
So we just talked about the 3rd longest streak without an interception, and Michael Vick throws one on his 2nd pass attempt, and Eric Berry takes it to the house, and Kansas City is about to be out to a 10-0 lead.
Look at him staring, stare, pat the ball. For a route that short, you can't stare it down like that. Really good job by Derek Johnson.
Ryan Suckup in for the point after. Less than 4 minutes in, and Andy Reid's return to Philadelphia has been a good one so far in the first 4 minutes. 10-0 Kansas City on the road. First interception in the last 96 passes. Threw 1 pass for a 1st down. 2nd pass tipped and a pick 6 for Eric Berry.
And let's face it, Brad, if you're a Philadelphia fan, how sloppy has this been so far?
Yeah, it has been.
And you start to wonder how ready you are to play, because special teams to me is always an indicator of a team being ready to play football. And they got gashed on the first kickoff, they fumble a punt return, and then a poor interception.
You add all those things together, your chance of winning, not that good.
The thing, though, for Philly is that you can score in a heartbeat in this offense. It's just about, don't panic. You got plenty of time, obviously.
The good news is only 4 minutes into the game. And Johnson's got to let this one bounce. And out of the back of the end zone as the Eagles will bring it out offensively as we take a look at our difference makers. And these two guys, both extremely fast, leading the NFL in receiving yards and rushing yards. Defensively, anybody playing better than Poe at nose tackle, Mike?
Hey, that's a dancing bear at 350. Played 100% of the snaps a week ago, and Brandon Flowers was questionable for the game. Let's keep a close eye on him. One of the better corners in football when healthy. He really had to push it to get ready to play today because of a bulky knee.
McCoy spins for a yard, and that's about it. Eric Johnson hit him low, and Kendrick Lewis finished off.
Kind of interesting. Michael Vick under center that time, not in the gun with tight ends in the game. That's setting up play action for later. Trust me.
Jason Kelce over the ball. His brother not playing for Kansas City tonight due to an injury. McCoy weaves through traffic, got it out to the 27-yard line, picked up 6. And still it's going to bring up a third down situation.
Jason Kelce, the center at 295 pounds, has given up about 50 to 55 pounds on Poe. He does a nice job in here, gets under his pads and gets them turned. That's why Shady gets up inside.
Eagles third down at 3. Vick high snap, handles it, and completes it. And it's Selleck for a first down. That's Ertz.
Yep. Had a chance to talk to Ertz before the game on the field tonight. Rookie, second-round pick out of Stanford. And he was all fired up for tonight. He said, back at Stanford, Brad, kind of low-key, right? Kind of laid-back fans. He said last week this place was rocking, and he couldn't wait for tonight.
So a first down at the 32. Jackson in motion, play fake. And now Vick in trouble, trying to scramble out of it. And they're not going to let him. Justin Houston made the play and a loss of 5.
Really good man-to-man coverage that time, and Poe right in the middle really causing problems. And here's a guy, first-round pick out of Memphis. Scott Pioli, the general manager at that time, was criticized. Be honest with you, I was with Scott. I felt like this kid at 350 could pressure a quarterback, and that's critical.
Vick rolls to his left, trying to throw. This one is to Selleck, but only a 2-yard pickup.
Brad, he really wanted to get the football that time to number 14, Riley Cooper, and Sean Smith had him. And they're getting shots on Michael Vick. They're getting pressure. The defensive backs are doing a good job on the back end.
So a long yardage situation on third down. Vick steps up in the pocket, lofts it, and Cooper can't quite hold it. Wow. Had a couple of shots at it, and Sean Smith and Kendrick Lewis were back there with him, and the Eagles will have to punt.
Yeah, Sean Smith almost stumbled and fell while he's trying to cover it. Look where that ball's put. Right on the fingertips. Cooper with great concentration, but can't pull it in. That was an opportunity to make a play because Sean Smith stumbled on the break. It was a post corner, and he stumbled on the corner cut.
Dexter McCluster waits on the other end of Donnie Jones' punt. He's going to have to run a long ways to get close to this one, and he lets it bounce, and it's going to go out of bounds over around the 32-yard line. So 8:29 remaining. The Eagles' offense not as sharp as they had hoped to be. Sunday's game day on NFL Network. 12 hours of live coverage for you starting at 7 a.m. Eastern. Game day morning takes you up to the kickoffs. Game day highlights follow in the afternoon games at 7:30, and then NFL Game Day final following the Sunday night game. Start and end your Sunday with NFL Game Day right here on NFL Network. First time the Chiefs have had to start on their side of the field. First it was the kickoff return, then the fumble punt, and they opened things up at their own 34-yard line. Smith throws it to the tight end, McGrath, and he's out to about the 40. As we take a look at our difference makers for the Kansas City Chiefs tonight. Two guys that can make a big difference, one on the outside and one sometimes in the slot. Dwayne Bowe, Dexter McCluster. Defensively for the Eagles, Mike.
Yeah, I really believe Trent Cole's their best natural edge rusher's got to have a presence tonight. And I think Brandon Boykin continues to make plays. Fourth-round pick a year ago, continues to grow in this defense.
Out of Georgia. And Jamal Charles looks like he might have a first down. Fletcher Cox in on the tackle.
I really enjoyed watching Jamal Charles on tape, Brad. I mean, he comes out last week against Dallas, 24 touches, including 8 receptions, hard-earned yards. When they needed him at the end of the game, they ran the clock down and kept Tony Romo off the field.
Really great as a receiver out of the backfield as well. And that's where they're going. Oh. And just when I said that, whoops.
Well, look what you did tonight. It was Michael Vick earlier, right?
Yeah.
You said he hadn't thrown an interception, then you tell us this kid does have natural hands, and he told us that last night. I watched him against Jacksonville week 1. They lined him up wide, and he ran a slant route that was beautiful. So that was an aberration, folks.
Alex Smith goes right back to him. And this time he's close to a first down.
Yeah, and I like that because you've got Connor Barwin, an outside linebacker, and that's just a slant-slide combination. The outside receiver runs a slant. The inside receiver, in this case the running back, runs the flat. Barwin can't keep up with him.
Kansas City with a little tempo offense of their own. And the pistol set. Charles on the handoff. Runs right into Cedric Thornton. There won't be a gain on that play.
Now, Brad, I visited Kansas City's training camp for 2 days in August. And one of the things both Andy Reid and Alex Smith talked about was how they wanted to up-tempo things also. And Andy kept using the term, this guy's got a lot of gigabytes. And he wants to give Alex Smith control at the line of scrimmage.
And Andy didn't like Jamal Charles' effort, I guess, on that one as he gives him an earful on the way to the sideline. And it's 4th down. Dustin Colquitt to punt again. Damaris Johnson put the last punt on the ground. Fair catch. This one he takes cleanly around the 13-yard line. And there's the Philadelphia fans for you. A little bit of a sarcastic cheer for Damaris Johnson. 6:22 remaining in the first quarter on our Thursday Night Football. Kansas City leads by 10. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Verizon. Never be without football. Call ** NFL to download NFL Mobile from Verizon. The recap for the Eagles so far. 2 of the first 3 times they touched it, disaster struck. This was Damaris Johnson dropping the punt. Cyrus Gray, the recovery led to a 33-yard field goal. And then Michael Vick on his second pass of the night. Derek Johnson with the tip. Eric Berry, a 38-yard pick 6. And that's where we stand, 10-0. Bryce Brown in the backfield with Michael Vick. He fakes it to him, and now here goes Michael Vick. Being Michael Vick. Talk about the speed. How much does he have? Vick all the way down to the 27-yard line. I'd say there's a lot of tread left on the tires.
He can run now. Look at this. Double stack, double stack. It leaves a soft box inside. Watch what Vick does from behind. They're ready to go already. The fake to Bryce Brown. He makes the veto miss, and when he gets in the open field, folks, he still runs about 4 or 5.
61 yards for Michael Vick. And now it's LaShawn McCoy doing the honors as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
And now you sense a little energy. McCoy tossed it to the referee like they've talked about here. Even though the ball finished outside the numbers, sometimes they bring a new football in, sometimes they don't. But they're trying to get this thing in hyperspace now.
2nd down and 6. Three receivers to Michael Vick's left. He's looking that way, got popped as he threw it to the corner. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Michael Vick paid the price, but he got it out to his wideout of Ott for the touchdown.
He's going to pay the price. As you said, Ness, Derek Johnson on a delay. He's got the green light, makes the hit. That is a beautiful throw off his back legs. And a great catch by Avant.
And now, trying to go for two, and that didn't work very well. Zach Ertz takes a direct snap, and Kansas City was waiting on it.
Yeah, that's the old swinging gate. High school and college teams have done this forever. Now here it is. You can see everybody's well defensed. To Ertz, good job from the inside out. And that looks like Tamba Hali.
Two big plays on what was an 87-yard drive, but most of it Michael Vick's run, and then the 22-yard touchdown pass.
How long did that drive take, Brad?
About a minute and 16 seconds. Not too long.
Jason Avant, to me, is a true professional. He loved the way that guy works.
And the kick will be too deep for Demps. Coming up on Tuesday, one of the all-time great Chiefs. Derek Thomas was the heart of Kansas City. Hall of Fame career was cut short by tragedy. It's an all-new Football Live. Derek Thomas, Tuesday at 9 Eastern, only on NFL Network. Remember the game when he had 7 sacks in one game? How impressive is that?
Yeah, we were all going nuts last week. Super Mario had 4.5.
Right.
Buffalo.
So the Chiefs start at their own 20-yard line. Receivers all in tight for Alex Smith. Across the middle he goes to Charles, and Jamal's got it around the 26-yard line. Nico Ryans made the tackle. And I think we got a penalty marker down, maybe a false start.
Illegal formation offense. Number 17 was covering up number 22. It's a 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So Donnie Avery and McCluster, I said they were all in tight, but they weren't lined up right.
Avery, exactly, and Andy doesn't like that call, but McCluster and Avery are the ones responsible for that.
Again, set in the pistol on a first down and 15. Play fake, bootleg for Smith. Fires on the run, and Bo had his hands on it and was hit from behind by Bradley Fletcher, incomplete.
Now, Fletcher missed the San Diego game a week ago, and I think that really hurt the Eagles' defense. Brandon Boykin had to kick from nickel outside. They like Fletcher a lot. They signed him away from St. Louis as a free agent. Both their corners, Brad, are over 6 feet, and that's what Chip Kelly wants. Those, a little bit like Seattle, those long guys can press, pick it up, and play press coverage.
The Eagles got torched by Phillip Rivers on Sunday, but they've settled in pretty nicely here tonight so far. 2nd and 15. Again, he rolls to throw. Lofts one from McCluster too far in front of him. And that's going to bring up 3rd down in a bunch.
He had McCluster, but the pressure from Curry forced him to throw it going backwards off his back foot.
So Alex Smith's only 2 for 7 throwing the football so far. And he's got a 3rd down and 15 here. He hasn't made any mistakes this year. No interceptions.
Kiss of death. Here we go again, Nestor. Eagles are showing a 3-man blitz, a 3-man rush here, dropping 8.
Smith crossing route complete. Avery on the run, and Avery is going to get a first down, it appears, at the 30-yard line. Boy, he needed to get every inch of that, and I think he got it.
3-man rush. They actually get some pretty good pressure here. Avery's going to come from the left side of the screen, gets rid of the football quickly, Had to. Way too much pressure there for 5-on-3 from the offensive line, but they're the gigabytes again.
Yep.
Alex Smith understands the route, gets the ball out. That's a negative there by the Eagles defense. 3rd and 15, that can't happen. Not when you drop 8.
And a 3rd down and 15, they got about 15 and 5 inches. Charles hitting the backfield, no gain this time. Cedric Thornton. And before the game, the guy that he worked for 14 years, Mr. Leary, the owner of the Eagles, and a big hug there with Andy Reid.
And keep in mind,
and this morning even the paper, actually that was kind of about Michael Vick saying thanks, Coach Reid, and he and LaShawn McCoy had a great conversation with you and I and Alex the other day about how much Andy Reid means to them, and the fact that they would find a way either before the game or after the game to greet him. And we got a player down right now, Jeff Allen, shaking up for Kansas City. 3:29 remaining first quarter. Kansas City with a 10-6 lead. Jeff Allen, they work on him, the second-year guard out of Illinois. Jeff Schwartz is going to come in to take his spot on the front wall for the Chiefs.
If Schwartz actually started week 1 at right guard against Jacksonville, he's a 5-year veteran and a good football player.
So the Chiefs will have it just inside their own 30-yard line. 2nd down and 10. They've only aimed one pass at Dwayne Bowe tonight, and that one was broken up. He's to the top of your screen.
Spread them wide again. Remember, 2 tight ends injured, so you're going to try to spread the Eagles and take advantage of their linebackers.
Smith, plenty of time. Now has to get what he can with his legs, and it'll be about 5. Makes the 3rd down a little bit easier.
And that's the downside to a 3-man rush. A veteran quarterback like Alex Smith, Eagles will drop out of this, and they've had some spacing issues in zone coverage this year. Alex Smith looks back to his left, doesn't have anything he likes. Resets his feet, and then he moves to his left again and takes what's there. And Brad, it's what we've talked about all night. He will not throw the ball into coverage.
Here's another 3rd down. They gave up a 3rd and 15. That's the problem they had against Phillip Rivers. They couldn't get off the field defensively. This time they're going to be able to. Smith's about a yard shy of the 1st down. And Kansas City will have to punt.
Brad, when you sprint right, you cut the field in half. And they only have 2 receivers over there. Watch what happens as Alex Smith sprints to his right-hand side. McCluster, they both have out cuts, great coverage. There's nowhere to go with the football. Dives up there, but he's still a yard short. That's good defense by the Eagles.
So Dustin Colquitt to kick. Demar's Johnson waiting back around the 15-yard line for the Eagles. High spiral this time from Colquitt. He got all of this one. Johnson takes it at the 11. Ooh, man, what a collision at the 20.
Hussein
49-yard punt, 8-yard return, and then a major collision. Doug Peterson talking things over, the offensive coordinator with Alex Smith. Chip Kelly sends out his offense, first season as Eagles head coach, and a lot of people, if you didn't know him at Oregon, it's kind of a different background. Long time at New Hampshire, and then his meteoric rise, if you will, as a head coach at Oregon, where they were sensational and still, quite frankly, are playing great football out there. McCoy dances in the hole, and Shady gets about 7.
Beautiful hesitation in the hole. That's just a gut feel by a tailback who understands it. And watch how he stutters in the hole. He waits for this block to develop outside, the seal inside with the tackling guard. That's beautiful. Press the hole and go.
Michael Vick in trouble in the pocket. Running out of the pocket. Here he goes again. He's going to have 100 yards by halftime at this rate. Down to the 49-yard line.
What they used to call it, Brad, the Michael Vick experience?
Yeah.
It's happening again.
24 more yards on this one.
That's the look right there that strikes fear in linebackers and defensive backs. Please don't tuck it and go.
So the Eagles are back in Kansas City territory at the 49. And a ball loose. Wow. Kansas City's got it again. Justin Houston on top of this one.
That ball never got back there.
No.
Something funky happened with that snap. I don't know if it caught Kelsey's leg or the right guard Harriman's, but watch this ball come back.
Hit him.
It hit him.
Both guys.
And then Harriman's. Justin Houston wins the battle. Bigger guy. That's a shame if you're an Eagles fan.
Third mistake now by Philadelphia here in the first quarter.
Look at the turnover, and that's the biggest deal. And Brad, I'm not a huge stat guy. You know, it's all about scoring points.
Right.
But turnovers is what wins and loses games ultimately in this league.
So again, an opportunity for the Chiefs offense with the ball right at midfield. And that one's not on Michael Vick.
Nope.
22.
Smith gets it to Charles, keeps his balance. It's a first down, and he's all the way down to the 37-yard line.
And if you're keeping score at home, a couple more missed tackles with this Eagles defense. Fletcher on the outside, Kendricks on the inside. I watched both their first two game tapes, and I thought that was one of the most glaring things. And keep in mind, I really like their defensive coordinator. Now, I think Billy Davis is going to get it done here, but this is a work in progress. New defense, new techniques. It's going to take a while for this defense to come together.
Bill told us that yesterday, but he said nobody wants to hear that right now in Philadelphia. We played a quarter at the link. Kansas City jumped out to a 10-0 lead due to turnovers, including an Eric Berry pick six, but Michael Vick brought them back. They got a touchdown. They trail at the end of one, 10-6. Again, a bad snap by Kelsey. Houston with a fumble recovery, and Kansas City with an opportunity. First and 10 at the Eagles 37. Smith scanning the field again. He's got plenty of time and now running out of it. He tucks it in his left arm, gets what he can, and gets out of bounds. And a pickup of just a couple. Mike, we talked about it all the time. Turnovers are going to kill you, and right now the Eagles are lucky they're only down 4 points.
You know, that last shot we just showed of the center snapping it, and obviously Vick was in the shotgun, but I think Kelsey thought he was under center.
Right.
I mean, he snapped the football like he had a quarterback underneath him. Now, I don't know how you don't know that. You don't feel the pressure of the hands, but I really looked like that was the case.
Second down and 8. Smith, the quick decision and throw here, and Avery has got it, but it's short of the first down. Down to the 30-yard line, maybe just a shade inside.
I spent some time with Alex Smith when I was in Kansas City this summer, and he wanted to talk about Donnie Avery. He wanted to talk about somebody with some vertical speed. You got a big body guy like Bo, and here they go with tempo again. Alex Smith controlling the line of scrimmage.
When they beat the Cowboys, their touchdown drives were playing this way.
It was the first drive of the first half, the first drive of the second half. This is a pretty simple read for him pre-snap. The Eagles are man-to-man on the edges, and if a wide receiver wins, it can be a big play.
He might not have time to throw it. Pressure got to him, intended for McCluster, incomplete. And a penalty marker down in the backfield.
Eagles getting an awful lot of pressure this week.
Holding number 72, offense. 10-yard penalty. Still third down.
That's their first-round draft choice out of Central Michigan, Eric Fisher.
Yeah, and Eagles are getting a ton of pressure. He's kicking all the way out on a defensive back. The hold. Last week they could not get Phillip Rivers off his mark. Look at Jamal Charles, please. I mean, remember we asked him yesterday about pass protection?
Yeah.
He kind of looked at us and said, wait a minute, I'm pretty good at that.
And I'm getting better.
And that's exactly right. And this is a guy at 199 pounds I have a ton of respect for.
They accepted the penalty to take the Chiefs out of field goal range.
Yep.
So they've got another crack at it on third down.
Let's see if they're going to drop 8 again. Yep.
Smith, again, trouble in the pocket. He runs out of it, but he's got a slide back at the 34-yard line. And that should be into field goal range.
And that was a really poor job by Jeff Schwartz, who came in at left guard. I don't understand how the guy's under so much pressure when you've got 5 blockers against 3 rushers. He ought to have all day back there.
Ryan Suckup will try the field goal. This is going to be about a 51-yarder. So Alex Smith, did he get enough of the yardage back to give his kicker 3 points?
They had a kick block last week from 57 yards.
This one from 51 on the way and wide right. Chip Kelly. His Eagles get it back on a missed field goal. Spanish-Hispanic Heritage Month in Philadelphia. The Eagles will have it when we come back. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by GMC. Vote for the Never Say Never moment of the week at NFL.com/GMC. Brad Nessler, Mike Mayock, Alex Flanagan in Philadelphia, where the Eagles trail by 4 here early in the second quarter.
Really is about the turnovers, isn't it, Brad?
Sure is.
Not about the yards. It's about points and turnovers in this league.
2 tight ends in there right now for the Eagles. LaShawn McCoy busts through the middle and gets out near the 50 before Mike DeVito can bring him down.
Really nice job by Evan Mathis, the left guard. Watch him chip here and then get out to the second level on the linebacker. Covers up Derek Johnson, and that's why they had the success.
Short yardage here. McCoy cuts it to the outside, gets the first down. Let's check in with Alex.
So, Brad, despite the 3 turnovers that the Eagles have had, the big stop on third down and the missed field goal gave this sideline down here quite a bit of fire. It's been an interesting game, though, different really for both teams. We talked so much about Andy Reid and his return. Remember how many Eagles players felt emotionally connected to Andy and had to calm down and get their heads right for this game as well.
Good point. Here's play action for Michael Vick. Fires behind Riley Cooper. And Sean Smith was there defensively.
Sean Smith is a good football player. The Eagles have done a great job in play action. It cuts the field in half for Michael Vick. It gives him an easy read. I think he's much more comfortable, Brad, in this offense than in the West Coast, where he was trying to go through all these different progressions. Here, right. Play action, get the ball out of your hands.
Bryce Brown is in with Michael Vick in the Philadelphia backfield. And that one batted at the line, intended for Deshaun Jackson. Justin Houston, it's a second good play he's made tonight. A fumble recovery and now a deflected pass.
Here's Houston from the outside. Now, when he came out of Georgia, Brad, he made some plays where you said that's a first-round pick. Right. But he took some plays off, and I felt like if he got in the right kind of room with a group of linebackers that cared and did it the right way, he could not have gone to a better place than to be paired with Tamba Hali, one of the hardest-working guys in this league.
Vick, trouble, and he's going to go down. Tamba Hali, you were just talking about him.
I mean, and he's going to beat Jason Peters, who, when healthy, is one of the most talented left tackles in football. Wide 9 alignment. Got a kick slide out to him now. He tries to get his hands on, but watch the dip and the acceleration to the quarterback. That's not a sack unless there's good coverage on the back end. He had to hold the football, and just a great job by Tom Wally.
Dexter McCluster will take this one at the 11. And a nice job by the Eagles special teams. James Casey, backup tight end, made the stop. Kansas City jumped out to a 10-0 lead due to the Philadelphia miscues. Eagles answered with a 22-yard Michael Vick touchdown pass. And now it's the Chiefs with the ball inside their own 20 here with 11:28 remaining in the half. High backfield this time with Anthony Sherman, the fullback. And Jamal Charles will take it, trying to follow his fullback, but only got about a yard. Clifton Geathers, big 340-pounder, made the stop.
A lot of Gathers have played in the NFL.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Cousins, brothers, fathers. And they're all pretty good, and Brad, they're all big.
Jumpy started it all.
Jumpy Gather, that's exactly right. Clifton is 6'8", 340. His challenge is to play with leverage, to stay low. And when he does that, he envelops people.
Stretch play on 2nd and 9, and Smith barely got it in the gut of Jamal Charles, who's run out of bounds on the far side, bringing up a 3rd down.
Yeah, good job by Connor Barwin. He's going to play off the block of the first pick in the draft, Eric Fisher. Outside leverage, hustles down the line of scrimmage. And another 3rd down situation here.
3rd down along 5. Only 1 out of 6 for the Chiefs on 3rd down conversions tonight. Blitz coming over the middle. Avery wide open on the run. Avery still on his feet at midfield. Now it's a foot race down the sideline, and he gets it inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, there's a bust in this coverage. The Eagles are going to bring a stunt off the slot. Okay, we're going to bring a stunt here and around, but nobody is going to pick up Avery when he goes underneath. Man-to-man coverage everywhere with a free safety in the middle of the field, an obvious bust, and one of the fastest receivers in the NFL gets up the field.
3 catches for him, 2 on 3rd down, and that one he took 51 yards to the 26-yard line. Bryce Brown weaving on the inside, and nobody bringing him down. Now it's Niall Davis, a rookie out of Arkansas.
Now, you want to talk about body beautiful. Niall Davis out of Arkansas is a guy that was often injured and couldn't hold on to the football. He had more fumbles on tape than any tailback I've ever seen in college. However, he's got frightening ability, and the Chiefs took a chance on him with a 3rd-round pick.
He stays in there after the run that got him to the 14-yard line. Here he is again. Only about a yard this time.
Brad, you know that name, Christian Michael, over there in Seattle, the big tailback. Those are the 2 guys in last year's draft where everybody said, wow, they kind of have the ability of 1st-round tailbacks, height, weight, speed, but they each had issues. And Andy told me this summer that they really believed that they could get this kid to hold on to the football, they'd have a steal in the draft.
97.
At the 13-yard line.
Yes. 97. Yeah.
Both wideouts to the near side for Alex Smith. Play fake. Fires too far in front of Anthony Sherman, his fullback. And it'll be 3rd down and long again.
I think this drive is kind of who the Chiefs want to be. They're a ball control team whose quarterback makes good decisions. Key situation, Jamal Charles is going to come back in the football game. Keep in mind, Brad, no Anthony Pisano, no Travis Kelce, no Tony Moeaki. They're down to the bottom of the barrel at the tight end position.
And you just saw there only one run off. Sean McGrath goes out. Extra wideout comes in. 3 of them to the near side on 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, it's 1 back and 4 wideouts in the game.
5th time they've had 3rd and 7 or longer. Smith, time to throw, end zone, incomplete. Chad Hall, the intended receiver.
And spent some time in Philadelphia. Chad Hall is a feisty guy from Air Force Academy. Tried to fit it in between 2 defenders.
So the Chiefs have certainly had opportunities, field position wise, and haven't really taken full advantage of it.
And Kendricks did a really nice job staying underneath. When you get in that red zone, you got to force the quarterback to elevate the football.
Suck-up missed from 51. They'll try from 31. And that one's good. So the Eagles still only a touchdown behind, despite a lot of errors tonight so far in the first half. Andy Reid's Chiefs trying to go to 3-0. Michael Vick and the Eagles have other ideas. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by KFC. KFC plus football equals couch gating. And by Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL. It's Hispanic Heritage Month. With that in mind, let's listen to Roberto Abramowitz with the last touchdown call for the Chiefs.
Aquí está el pase, es interceptado. Se va Barry, se fue, touchdown, Kansas City Chiefs.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Roberto. Las Águilas, los jefes, jueves por la noche de la NFL.
No cabe duda en mi mente que eso sí.
We better stop while we're behind.
Yeah, my sister is a professor in Spanish, and I hope that means there's no doubt about that.
You better hope. Here's a kick. Demaris Johnson will take a knee. And the Eagles will come out to the 20-yard line. Trailing only by a touchdown, and you got to say they're lucky, because if you want a recipe to lose a football game, do what they did in those 5 possessions. 4 of them bad.
Especially given what Chip Kelly's trying to grow here, and I think the much maligned Eagles defense should take a bow here. The fact that this is a 1-touchdown game is the residue of the effort on defense.
The Eagles, 3 of their turnovers, 2 in their own territory, and then 1 at midfield. And still only trailing 13-6. McCoy got 5 or 6 before Tyson Jackson tracks him down. You were talking earlier about Michael Vick and this being the perfect offense for him. Yep. He was telling us yesterday that he had to kind of sell LaShawn McCoy on buying into this whole thing, especially with Chip Kelly coming from the college ranks. So LaShawn said, as he goes for a first down. I was a little leery, but Mike sold me on it.
It was kind of fun talking to both of them together, because they're kind of looking at each other, and Michael Vick is going, hey, man, I had 3 meetings with Chip before I signed my new contract, and I bought into him. But Shady kept saying, hey, it's a college coach, man.
And there at the mesh point, he gives it off to McCoy again. And he made 2 or 3 yards out of nothing again.
He had a run last week that was a 4-yard run out of his own end zone. That was one of the best runs I've ever seen in my life. And Deuce Staley, the running back coach, talking to him. Deuce is solid, former Eagle.
McCoy gets a breather, and Brown comes in for him on 2nd down and 8. Vick, quick pass, complete. And the guy that got the touchdowns got a first down. Pickup of 9.
I started to say that Jason Avant is one of the true professionals in this league. I was at about 5 of their practices this summer. He's the guy that had all the young wideouts with him on the jugs machine after each and every practice. There's a reason this kid's been in the league for 8 years. There's a bust in Kansas City's defensive backfield.
Michael Vick, look out. Got away. Throws deep down the sideline. Cooper incomplete. Sean Smith was out there. Almost got a big play out of a scramble for Michael Vick.
And Michael's laughing. I think he had Bryce Brown, which is who I thought he was throwing it to, but it was really Cooper. Scramble rules, right? Quarterback breaks the pocket. Nice job getting away from Tamba Hali. Now everybody's got to start scrambling.
Tamba Hali took a swipe at that thing with his hand, trying to knock it out of Vick's hands, and came up empty. Vick steps up in the pocket, and he's intercepted again by Sean Smith. Sean Smith with a 2nd interception of Michael Vick in this first half.
I think he wanted Deshaun Jackson on the crossing route, and the safety jumped it. You're going to see him from here. This safety's going to jump Jackson. Horrible decision. The ball way behind Riley Cooper. One of my pet peeves with Michael Vick is he doesn't always focus on his footwork. He doesn't redirect. It's all thrown by his arm. I saw it the first 2 weeks of the season in incompletions. That manifested itself in an interception.
Alex Smith, his counterpart, play action, pumps, and has to throw this one away. So Michael Vick, who hadn't thrown an interception this year, has 2 in the first half. And 4 turnovers in the first half against the Eagles. But still,
it's a game.
Yeah, it's a game.
Keep in mind the Chiefs were 5 for 5 in the red zone the first 2 weeks. But the Eagles defense has done a fantastic job forcing them to settle for field goals and field goal attempts.
Dwayne Bowe's the lone wide receiver. That's where the ball is aimed, and he's got it out of bounds. About a yard shy of the first down, but a penalty marker on the play. Walt Anderson's our referee.
Illegal formation, number 76, offense. Did not line up on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Second time I've seen that call in 2 weeks. You don't see that one a lot.
No, and what happens is the offensive lineman, their head has to basically break the belt of the offensive center. And a lot of times tackles especially cheat back trying to get an angle on that defensive end, and that time they got Brandon Albert.
Eagles had one last week that cost them a touchdown.
Sure did.
Second down at 15. Again, Smith in the gun directing traffic. Pressure, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox, number 1 pick out of Mississippi State a year ago, with a second sack of the night.
They're bringing pressure. They're bringing linebackers. But Cox right here working on the rookie. Fisher is the one that gets through. Inside move. Bad feet by Fisher. He's got to drop that left foot back inside. But give Cox credit. 2 first-round picks working against each other. And that time, yeah, Fletcher makes a play.
His second sack of the year. And it brings up 3rd down and 19 for Kansas City. Smith, the short pass on the crossing route. Avery's been his main target tonight, and Avery's got another first down on 3rd down and long.
I don't understand. This is the second time you convert a 3rd and long with a simple under. It's 4-man pressure. It's a zone on the back end. It's just a little simple crossing route. 82 Bo gets an angle on Fletcher. Clean block, and again, when you're on the edge, you don't have to kill people. You just got to get position and allow your receiver to outflank the defender.
Let's go, let's go.
Inside the Eagles 45 now, and Smith under center. Not 1st and 10. Play fake. Throws to his safety valve. Jamal Charles, who made the first man miss. First down inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. Pick up a 20 on the backfield.
Another missed tackle, Brad, and that's been the killer so far for the Eagles. Michael Kendricks in the flat. If you make this tackle when you're supposed to, it's no big deal. He wanted to go deep. It wasn't there. You check it down. Now you got to break down and make that tackle. But Jamal Charles is just so darn special.
First down at the 23. Quick throw out. A.J. Jenkins. That picks up 6.
Now remember, they traded Jonathan Baldwin, their former first-round pick, for A.J. Jenkins, the former first-round pick of the 49ers. Neither were being productive, and sometimes just kind of a change in home helps both players. I talked to David Culley, the wideout coach, on the field before the game, and he said, hey, this kid will get 10 or 12 snaps tonight. We think he's going to add something to our offense.
We talked earlier about Kansas City being so effective in the red zone. They're back in there right now. And we're going to have a timeout. With 3:15 remaining in the half. Timeout taken by Kansas City.
Well, Ness, we're looking at what's coming up this week, week 3. How about the Indianapolis Colts? The big trade they had with Trent Richardson. I really believe down the road it's going to help both teams because Michael Lombardi wants as many draft picks as he can get in Cleveland. Can Andy Dalton win a shootout? I love that game. Packers and Bengals and Neff. If the Packers score points,
And
right?
can
Even
the
against
Bengals-
Mike Zimmer, who
Can
I
they score
love.
that many? Yeah.
But can Andy Dalton step up and put 25, 30 points on the board?
And he was a little erratic on Sunday.
Yeah, and it's still a benchmark game, I think, for Miami. 2-0. Can they beat Atlanta, who's a little beat up?
Falcons lost 3 starters in one game last week. Smith looks right and now takes off. And only got a yard.
But
Connor Barwin holding on for dear life.
Do you notice what this guy does? He doesn't ever throw the ball into crowds.
Right.
They're +4 in turnover differential tonight. They ought to be winning a lot bigger. But that's what Andy means by a lot of gigabytes.
But they've been pretty good on third down. The Eagles trying to hold them one more time here. 7th play of the Chiefs drive. Empty backfield.
Alert Jamal Charles.
Quick rush. Oh, and almost intercepted. And you said he never throws it, but he threw it almost right into Connor Barwin's hand.
Yeah, how about alert Connor Barwin, right? Connor Barwin's right across from the tackle. Flashes. He never sees him because of the pressure by Vinny Curry. Wow. Barwin has a chance to make a play, and as they say, Ness, there's a reason he plays defense.
So Suckup comes in, hit his last field goal from 31. This will be a 34-yard attempt to try to stretch the Chiefs' lead to 10. Up and good. So Kansas City stretches it out 16-6 with 2:26 remaining in the first half. Now Wednesday you can find out what happens when you take our Hall of Famers and match them up with 3 of today's brightest stars: Michael Vick, Russell Wilson, and Andrew Luck. Man to man coming up Wednesday at 10 Eastern, only on NFL Network. Kansas City with 3 red zone possessions, and they had to settle for 3 red zone field goals. And for Philadelphia, Mike's been a story of disaster from the first time they touched it or tried to touch it. Demarcus Johnson fumbled a punt. That led to a field goal. Michael Vick's second pass of the night deflected by Derrick Johnson. Eric Berry took that to the house for a touchdown and a 10-0 lead. And then trying to get the snap to Michael Vick one way or another. We're not quite sure what happened there. And with all of that, including the second interception thrown by Vick, still Philadelphia only down by 10.
You know, Michael Vick sitting there with the turnovers tonight. And again, I keep going back to what I saw on tape. When he gets sloppy with his footwork, he loses accuracy. And we've seen that tonight.
And this kick won't be returned either. So Eagles have all their timeouts and a 2-minute warning remaining before halftime as Chip Kelly gets his quarterback and his offense around him. 4 takeaways by Kansas City, and it could have been a lot worse. Only 13 points off those turnovers.
And I really think the Eagles have to start to develop another receiving option. You know, Deshaun Jackson with 9 catches for almost 200 yards last week is going to get a lot of attention. LaShawn McCoy is going to get a lot of attention. But if you can man up on their tight ends and on Riley Cooper, you got a chance to play some games and double team those guys.
Jackson doesn't have a catch yet tonight. Vick airs it down the sideline for Cooper, hoping he could run under it, but Sean Smith was there defensively.
And again, it's one-on-one. Sean Smith is challenging Riley Cooper to beat him, and Riley Cooper cannot beat him.
Michael Vick's only hit 1 of his last 6 passes.
I almost thought it was too easy the first half against Washington. You know what I mean? It just came so simple.
Right. And 53 plays in the first half alone, and then kind of took their foot off the pedal. And LaShawn McCoy, great run. Picked up 18.
Another jump cut in the hole he made. Tyson Jackson missing. Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, gosh.
This could spell disaster for the Eagles offense. LaShawn McCoy just got up, the NFL's leading rusher, at the end of an 18-yard game. Watch Hakeem Jordan land on his lower leg, but you can hear the crowd reaction when Shady got up and walked off on his own.
You know, I thought that was really going to be bad, Brad, and I'd love to see him get up and jog off. Forget how good a back he is and what it means to the Eagles. I just feel bad for the kid.
So he's heading to the locker room. Reminder at halftime, we'll have the Lexus halftime show. Rich and the guys are standing by to bring you first half highlights and analysis. Plus the Eagles. Donovan McNabb's going to have his jersey retired tonight. It's all coming up on the Lexus halftime show. LaShawn McCoy heading to the locker room, but doing so on his own power. That's a good sign. Michael Vick in trouble, and down he goes, and Justin Houston's got him wrapped up. Third sack of Michael Vick tonight. Yeah, he really wanted the bubble screen that time out to Deshaun Jackson, but Brandon Flowers was right in the way of the intended throw. There goes McCoy off the field. Yeah, we got another timeout here. Bryce Brown at tailback now. Play action. He wants to go to his right now, but it's not there. Lane Johnson gets beat to his inside. Remember, we've got two of the highest rated tackles in last year's draft. Lane Johnson, the 4th overall pick from Oklahoma. Eric Fisher, the 1st pick from Kansas City out of Central Michigan. Well, next Thursday we're going to have a fun game. Colin Kaepernick and the San Francisco 49ers. Sam Bradford and the Rams will be in St. Louis next Thursday night. Hope you join us. Here's Bryce Brown taking the spot of LaShawn McCoy. Tamba Ali with the tackle after a pickup of 3. Kansas City calling a timeout now. Smart play. You got $1:50 left on the clock, and 3rd and long. That's the last time they'll be able to stop it unless the Eagles can somehow come up with a 3rd down and 14. Really like the way Kansas City has taken away the bubble screen. Brad, you haven't called Deshaun Jackson's name yet on a bubble screen. Anything vertical. They've completely taken Deshaun Jackson out of the game. Avant has been the guy that's hurt him a little bit in the past game, but that's what you want, right? You want to make somebody else beat you.
Absolutely.
3rd time the Eagles have been in 3rd down and 10 or more. See if they can get 14. And no, they won't. Another sack, and it's going to get credited to Justin Houston, even though Michael Vick sort of fell down on his own, backpedaling. And both outside linebackers who were in a pass rush stance there in a down 4, both of them got pressure. The tackles are struggling. Watch what happens off both sides. The tackles are struggling. Vick doesn't know where to go. I had a great conversation with Tamba Ali at training camp about how he's bringing this young man along and his work habits. How about Justin Houston? He goes. Jarvis Jones becomes the next great outside linebacker at Georgia. Now they got another one now, Jordan Jenkins down there trying to be the same. They're doing something right with the outside linebackers in Athens. Well, they can recruit now. The ball's going to roll dead around the 32-yard line. So Kansas City has got it back, but they don't have any timeouts. Let's check in with Alex.
Guys, so you watch LaShawn McCoy go into the locker room. The Eagles right now calling it nothing more than a right leg. As he limped into the locker room, his face was pretty emotionless. I watched when he got way deep down into the tunnel, and then he bowed his head, bent down, put his hands on his knees, and you saw the emotion come out of his face. Judging from what we've seen out of him, the way he threw his helmet and that kind of emotion, you just have to wonder if it's something serious. Let's keep our fingers crossed it's not.
Absolutely, Alex. Alex Smith, no timeouts to work with. Wants to throw a screen to Charles. Blockers in front. Jamal Charles into the secondary and into Eagles territory before he's bumped out by Kerry Williams. Game is really going the way a Kansas City Chief fan would love to see the game, and that time Jeff Allen did a great job out there ahead. Don't forget Donovan McNabb's number 5 retiring here at halftime. How ironic that Andy Reid is here and said Tell Donovan I love him and I wish I could be out there to watch it, but I'm going to be a little busy in the locker room at halftime with my Chiefs. Smith throws over the middle, a little bit behind his receiver, but a nice catch by Donnie Avery. Boy, he's been a big part of the Chiefs offense tonight. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, Bo has not been involved a lot in that offense, but all these crossing routes with Donnie Avery have been the big plays so far.
Smith looking right, and now he's going to run the other way. Slides down, but again, no timeouts. He wants to spike it.
It's 3rd down. He's got to make a decision here.
That gives him a chance for a long field goal. A little bit of confusion, I think, by Kansas City.
There was, because I think some of their coaches were saying, hey, it's 3rd and less than a foot, or Andy wanted a measurement, is what I really think happened.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mike.
That ball was really close, and Andy was calling for a measurement. Fans want to know why he's 10 yards on the field, which technically is illegal.
Well, now they boo. They didn't before the game. But it wouldn't be the first time Andy got booed here, no matter what color he was wearing.
I'm okay with that. I mean, they gave him the big ovation before the game.
That's right.
And any opposing coach 10 yards out in the field, you're going to boo him. He's like, come on, man, give me the mark. Give me 4th down.
They're just going to try a Hail Mary here now.
Now the flag.
Ten linesmen still talking to Andy Reid on the sideline.
Yeah, I think the emotion of this whole thing has cost Kansas City an opportunity to get a little closer and kick a field goal.
Line of scrimmage is the 44. And the Eagles send 3 guys all the way back to the 5-yard line defensively. Trips to the right side for Smith. Final play of the half. And Alex Smith doing his Fran Tarkenton impression. And now loads and throws it as far as he can in the end zone. And it's broken up by the Eagles. No further damage done. End of the first half. Kansas City trying to go to 3-0 on the road. Don't forget the Lexus halftime show coming up. Donovan McNabb will be a big part of it. Halftime, Chiefs 16-6.
I'm Michael Vick, and welcome to my city.
But I know you're gonna like it in my city.
Picked off by Eric Berry. It's going to be a touchdown, Kansas City. He threw it to the corner. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Vick steps up in the pocket, and he's intercepted again by Sean Smith. Just about the start of the second half. And Kansas City trying to go to 3-0 with Andy Reid making his return to Philadelphia. Brad Nessler and Mike Mayock. And so far, so good for Kansas City. Not so good for Philadelphia. Just too many mistakes tonight.
I don't understand how you can win a football game down 4 turnovers in the first half. They're really fortunate to only be down 10, and that's really because of the ineptitude of the Kansas City Chiefs in the red zone.
And we take a look at our Volkswagen first half game summary. And there you see the problems. 4 takeaways, 13 points. Kansas City didn't really take advantage, though, of those red zone chances, and it's been a tough game for Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Sacked 4 times and 2 picks.
And you got to give the Eagles defense some credit. You know, that coming into today, everybody was taking shots at their defense. I think they played extremely well.
So Philadelphia get the ball to open the second half. And there's one of the culprits with the turnovers, Damaris Johnson, who dropped the opening punt return. And he waits in his own end zone. Second half underway. Going to have to hustle to get to this one. Right at the goal line on the run was Johnson. And he takes it out to the 24-yard line as we check in with Alex Flanagan. Alex?
So, Brad, the positives from Chip Kelly was that they're only down 10 points despite 4 turnovers, and that he feels like his defense is playing outstanding. He says his offense have put the defense in very bad situations in the second half. They have to do better. Doesn't blame it entirely on Michael Vick, saying that they have to protect him better, which might be a little harder to do in the second half without their star running back, LaShawn McCoy. And no official word yet, but I did see him being carted into the locker room at the start of the second half after he had an x-ray, and we'll update you guys as soon as we get word on the results of that.
Whoops, there's another mistake. Vick gets back to the ball, though, on the high snap, and he'll lose it back to the 14-yard line. 10-yard loss on the play.
Yeah, this is ugly. Remember, we had earlier in the game, Kelsey snapped the ball thinking Vick was under center when he wasn't. This one's high into the right side. Vick unable to handle it. If you're an Eagles fan, I'm not sure how much sloppier this game can get offensively.
Now it's 2nd down and 20, and Vick bumped by his own lineman and throws on the run. Now he's got Avant out for a first down at the 45-yard line, but there's a penalty marker on the play. This one's going against Kansas City, I think.
Todd Herman's, the right guard, got jacked right back into Vick's lap, and I give Vick credit for keeping his eyes downfield and keeping that play alive.
Foul, grabbing the face mask, number 21, defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Down.
Dante Robinson, who was with the Falcons last year with the face mask.
Watch Herman get walked right back into his pocket. Tyson Jackson. Good job by Vick keeping the eyes down the field. Avant really has been the guy today.
Yep.
3 receptions and 61 yards and a touchdown.
And here comes LaShawn McCoy putting his helmet back on. Meanwhile, his replacement, Bryce Brown, goes for about 3. Derek Johnson made the tackle.
Derek Johnson's been active tonight. Poe's done a great job inside keeping people off of Derek Johnson. Keep in mind, Ness, 4 linebackers for the Chiefs a year ago, 3 go to the Pro Bowl.
That's right.
They're pretty good football players.
LaShawn McCoy's got the chin straps buckled. Mike looks like he wants to come back in.
He's trying to talk him into it. He's right next to Deuce Staley.
Brown. He's got Tyson Jackson draped all over him. And here he comes. Listen to the crowd now.
I am so happy to see this kid back in the game. Brad, he's been in this league 5 years. He's only 25 years old.
Amazing, yeah. And already over 4,000 yards in his career rushing. And I think we're going to have another false start penalty on Philadelphia.
False start, number 69, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Evan Mathis, the left guard that time. LaShawn McCoy, if you didn't see it in the second quarter after an 18-yard run, landed on by Akeem Jordan on that lower right leg, and he was in some serious pain. Was on the turf for a long time before he got up and walked off on his own, and now he's more than walked off, he's walked back on. Vick, that one hit at the line of scrimmage, and it might be intercepted, or did he trap it? Eric Berry's got his 2nd of the night.
And Tyson Jackson gets a piece. Jackson's having a beast of a game tonight. Herman's the right guard, gets jacked back again. Ball gets deflected.
Timeout.
That ball, no, that's not going to be an interception. Look at it.
We're going to take that one back, I'm sure, after
Yep.
replay. We will take a look at it with 12:56 remaining, 3rd quarter. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Volkswagen. That's the power of German engineering. And delivered by Papa John's, official pizza sponsor of the NFL. Play under review.
After reviewing the play, the pass is incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 11.
I thought Eric Berry trapped it when we saw it the first time, and indeed, it did hit the ground.
Easy call. Elbows out. Ball in. Hits the ground.
Nonetheless, a great play by Tyson Jackson to deflect that thing, and Donnie Jones will have to punt.
If I'm Kansas City, I'm in safe punt.
High wobbly kick. It'll bounce inside the 10, and McCluster takes it on a hop. A little bit risky, but he did get some positive yardage out of it.
This is pretty cool. Avery had 5 catches for 103 in the first half. Most of these crossing routes, look at the bottom of your screen. All 3 receivers are blocking. This is like a screen pass down the field. Great setup by the Chiefs. Again, Avery, bottom of the screen, 3 receivers, top of the screen. All 3 receivers are blocking. Avery catches it, picks up a caravan, makes the cut outside. Really good structure, and the Eagles' spacing has been off all night.
Don't have the greatest field position again, though, at the 13-yard line to open up here. Smith under center. Jamal Charles, the tailback, will get the call, trying to follow his fullback. And nice job by the Eagles to spread it out. Fletcher Cox knocks him out after only a yard gain.
And I think Fletcher Cox has got to be the guy in this front that's a playmaker. You know, Sopoaga is down the road a little bit in his career. He's a good nose tackle. I like Cedric Thornton, but this kid's a first-round pick with talent, and he's got to be a playmaker.
3rd down and long. Pardon me, it's 2nd down and long. 2nd and 9. Still no catches for Dwayne Bowe.
I was just thinking the same thing, partner. Alert Charles.
Bowe down at the bottom of your screen. Smith to Charles out of the backfield. And tips those out of bounds just enough, I think, to get the first down. He got it.
I don't know who's trying to cover him, but if it's the nose tackle in a zone blitz, we got to see this again. Because Cedric Thornton is over the center. And he's trying to flash. Watch the nose tackle flash like he's going to cover a back. That can't happen. There's got to be a bust there. There's no way Cedric Thornton in the structure of that defense can cover him to the outside.
There's not many guys that can cover Jamal Charles, period, especially not a lineman.
A nose tackle coming from over the center.
Smith again goes to Charles. This time they stop him at the 30-yard line, but he got 5 more.
And Brad, we talked at the top of the show about getting them touches. It doesn't matter whether you hand it to them or throw it to them. They're finding creative ways to get him the football. That's his 6th catch tonight.
Had 8 catches in the win over Dallas. So he's right on schedule again tonight. 2nd down and 5. This time he runs it, puts his hand on his offensive lineman, and comes up about a yard shy of the first down.
I think he's a lot tougher a back than people give him credit for. They want to think at 199 with the great moves and quickness that he's a finesse, change of pace guy. He's not. Did you hear what he said last night when I asked him about can you carry the ball physically 20 to 25 times a game over 16 games? What'd he say?
Just a big smile on his face.
It's like, dude, I did it last year. It's like, dummy, duh.
Kansas City 0 for 2 on 3rd down and short, and they're 0 for 3.
Good job by Cole. They tried to crack back on Trent Cole with the motion guy. They're going to pull the big left tackle, Brandon Albert. Trent Cole does a great job beating the crackback block. Watch, here comes, right over here. They're going to try and block him from behind. He beats the tight end, McGrath. One of the call. That's just a really good job by Trent Cole.
So they've had 3 3rd and 1s, and they're still looking for a yard.
Yeah.
Cole quit to punt. Johnson will have a chance at this one from the 12. Made the first man miss, but the first man with second effort got back to make the tackle on it. 9:34 remaining 3rd quarter. Fans have been great tonight here in Philadelphia.
Stand up and help me welcome one of the best Philadelphia Eagles that have ever graced this field, Donovan McNabb.
Truly a city of brotherly love tonight. First for Andy Reid before the game, and now Donovan McNabb, who's number 5, goes up Next to Reggie White and Pete Retzlaff and Chuck Bednarik. Now Wistertz. Pretty special moment for Donovan. And the fans very gracious tonight for both Andy Reid and Donovan McNabb. Michael Vick on first down. Throws across the middle. And Avant again has been the main guy tonight. 8th-year pro out of Michigan. DeSean Jackson might caught a pass on the second play of the game, and he's been shut out ever since.
I think they really missed Jeremy Macklin. Been evident tonight.
And here's Shady McCoy off to the races, and that leg looks okay, doesn't it? 30-yard pickup.
Yeah, the left guard, Evan Mathis, does a nice job getting up to the second level, getting on the linebacker. By the time Jordan turns around, McCoy's gone.
And now the Eagles going with some tempo here at the 45 of Kansas City. Vick off play action. Far side complete to DeSean Jackson. We just mentioned it. And he's got 13 yards and a first down.
A lot of single high safety by Kansas City, meaning it's one-on-one on the outside. And that time, if DeSean Jackson's one-on-one with anybody, he ought to win. Brandon Flowers is competing his tail off tonight with DeSean Jackson.
DeSean just too quick and too fast for a lot of people.
And this guy down here at the bottom is not winning, Riley Cooper.
They've targeted Cooper a few times. He's yet to come up with one. Vick.
There it is.
Rolls and throws again, and this time he's got him inside the 20 at the 19.
I think Sean Smith is hurt. He's going to lie down on the field right now. I watched him come out of his break, and he couldn't pop out of it at all. I think he's got a cramp.
And, of course, this is going to bring a round of boos from the fan thinking that he is taking a seat to slow down the Philadelphia offense.
No, that's not what's happening here. I saw this happen live.
And it looks like it is a cramp. Sean Smith, who's had a pretty good game so far tonight. Sean Smith trying to hydrate on the sideline after coming out after that last play, which was Riley Cooper's first catch of the night. Good for a first down, Philadelphia at the 19-yard line. Michael Vick pump fakes once, and now to the corner, and too far in front of DeSean Jackson.
A little bit of separation there with Brandon Flowers. Now, in the last play, that right foot plants, and he doesn't come out of it anywhere near Sean Smith like he has all night long. Then he grabs that hamstring and the calf, and there's no way that was a fake injury. He needs to be hydrated, and they need him on the field.
Second down and 10. McCoy trying to take it wide and just ran out of real estate. Tamba Hali was there to make sure he didn't pick up anything. Maybe got a yard out of it.
Now, she called that right. That's been a good fight all night long with Jason Peters and Tamba Hali. 2 all-pros on the edge. That time, Hali wins.
And Brad, third down for Philadelphia.
I keep saying there's a single high safety. For fans, what that means is you're getting man on the edges. Now, it's a tight bunch set.
Flags.
Yeah. There's motion.
False start, number 14, offense. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Inexcusable at the wide receiver position to jump off sides. All you got to do is look in at the ball.
Now the Eagles can get a first down at about the 9. 5th time in the ball game they've been in this long yardage situation at 3rd and 10 or more. 3rd down at 14.
Yeah, no turnovers. Worst case scenario, they got to come out of this with a field goal.
Right. Again, 3 wideouts to the top. Vick throws, intercepted in the end zone. Flags are down. Kendrick Lewis has got the football.
Yeah, Selleck and Eric Berry got tangled up. Man coverage by the safety, and they're going to get him for interference.
Illegal contact, number 29, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
The key there, obviously, Neff, right? The automatic first down.
Right.
Inline tight end, man-to-man coverage by Eric Berry. He makes the cut right there, and Berry's going to jump in the way. They're slowing it down and taking a look at the sidelines now for signals.
McCoy bursts through the line on the left side and gets it down to the 11.
Ness, I think we're going to see at some point Michael Vick on the zone read pull it. He has yet to pull it all evening. At key points is when he takes it, pulls it, and goes.
He does have a career-long run of 61 yards tonight.
Right.
Again, they look to Chip Kelly on 2nd down and 3.
Changed it.
Play action. Vick knocked down by Eric Berry. Intended for Brent Selleck. Nice play by number 29.
Kansas City refuses to give them the wide bubble screen. Vick had to reset his feet and come back under. I don't really like this throw, to be honest with you. It's behind Selleck, and Berry almost has a chance to get both hands on it instead of one. You're going to miss that throw. It's going to be out in front of him.
So here's another 3rd down situation.
Cooper up top, man covered by himself.
Vick looking that way, just got rid of it in time, and Avant hit at the goal line, incomplete.
Eric Berry's been intimately involved the last several plays. That time really good coverage on Avant.
Well, as Mike said, you got to at least come away with 3, and here comes the field goal unit. Alex Henry, 3 out of 4 on the year so far. He'll try a 29-yard kick. And he's got it to make it a touchdown game again. 6:29 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Eagles hanging around, trailing by 7. Coming up on Tuesday, Derek Thomas was the heart of Kansas City. Hall of Fame career that was cut short by tragedy. It's an all-new A Football Life, Derek Thomas. Coming up Tuesday at 9 Eastern, only on NFL Network. The great Kansas City Chiefs ever. They went 70 yards, the Eagles, in 10 plays. A little over 3 minutes, but had to settle for a field goal to cut it to 16-9.
There was some confusion in those last couple of plays, and Deshaun Jackson, Avant, Cooper, and their quarterback having several conversations about it while they were away.
Dents deep in his own end zone will bring it out. Had a 58-yarder at the beginning of the ball game. He's got another good one here, and a stiff arm on the kicker, and flags fly in. And he might have gotten a hand in the face mask. 37-yard kick return. That might be a hand to the face on the return man.
Well, the kicker certainly got his hand up in the face. I'm just wondering where the straight arm was also.
Officials having a conference about it.
And there was also Alex Henry had his right hand on the collar also. It could have been a horse collar on Henry.
There are 2 fouls. Personal foul, face mask, number 35 of the kicking team. That penalty is declined. Personal foul, horse collar tackle, number 6 of the kicking team. A 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
There you go.
Yep. Well, I guess if you're a kicker and you weigh about $160, you're just trying to get him down no matter what. There goes the left hand to the face, and the right hand is on the back with the horse collar, which is dangerous and a point of emphasis this year with the NFL. You can rip a hamstring really easily if you have more than 160 pounds pulling you down.
So the Chiefs have good starting field position, 45-yard line. And illegal. False start, rather, on Albert.
False start. Number 70 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
It's the 7th penalty on Kansas City tonight.
Yeah, hard to believe that the Chiefs only have 16 points. Their average starting field position in the first half was the 43-yard line.
Right.
This Eagles defense done a nice job.
Three wide receivers, Bo, Avery, McCluster, or Alex Smith. Play action, and boy, he ran into trouble right away. Vinny Curry.
You know, they just picked up Kevin Brock off the street the other day, a tight end from Rutgers. He misses the down block. Curry does a nice job fighting vertically to get upfield and get the sack.
Back at the 34-yard line. So what was excellent starting field position for Kansas City is backing up on them a little bit here.
Yeah, this Eagles defense, I'm telling you, Billy Davis and his coaching staff done a great job.
Second down and 21. Play action. He's in trouble again. And he's going down again. And this one's Trent Cole.
Couldn't have dialed up a better call by Billy Davis. They're going to bootleg right into a corner blitz. Here's Bradley Fletcher. He's coming off the edge, and they're going to try and run bootleg. Bang, there's Bradley Fletcher. The quarterback sees it, but great pursuit from behind. That's just good team defense.
Getting ready to get loud in here, Mike.
You say something, Brad?
Third and 25. Smith flushed again and throws high, incomplete, intended for Brock. And another penalty marker down in the backfield. Going to have another holding call, I think.
Holding number 73, offense. Penalty of decline, 4th down.
Yeah, Vinny Curry's killing it. Second-round pick out of Marshall. His second year in the league, he's the one that got upfield penetration and forced John Asamoah to hold him.
So Kansas City did nothing but go backwards with that possession. And Colquitt will have to punt again.
Good for Vinny Curry. He grabbed me before the game, said he was going to have a big one tonight, and he is.
He has so far. Colquitt's punts. Bounce inside the 30 and roll down dead at the 25-yard line. So 45-yard kick and no return. A little under 5 minutes remaining. Third quarter. Eagles will have it back when we return. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Yeah, that little one's hoping that the Eagles offense comes to life.
She's pretty adorable now. Come on. Huh?
They'll start at the 25-yard line. McCoy picks up 4 before Tamahali made the stop. Eagles trying to go in a hurry here.
Yep. Another opportunity for Riley Cooper to win if it's a pass.
Eagles at 200 yards on the ground can add 2 or 3 more for LaShawn McCoy. And again, right up to the line of scrimmage.
Kansas City sitting with a single high safety and challenging Riley Cooper or anybody to win one-on-one.
Vick on 3rd and 3. Going to go deep on the sideline for Jackson's got him. Deshaun Jackson out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Right, Ness, we've been looking for that all night. Single high safety, somebody's got to win. He looks left to hold the safety, then comes back to his right.
They scored on one just like that against the Chargers last Sunday. They pick up 40 yards there and a first down. Back to McCoy. Trying to cut it outside and couldn't, thanks to Justin Houston, who's had a good ball game.
Really has, hasn't he? Several sacks, very active.
And we'll get another Chief down. That's Brandon Flowers, who came in with a bad right knee. And he's back there trying to stay with Jackson.
Jackson had 9 catches for 193 against press man coverage a week ago against San Diego. He had 3 more verticals that they missed. He could have had a 300-yard day.
Yeah.
And Brandon Flowers has done a great job tonight. But whenever it's single high and you have a guy that you think is an all-pro wide receiver, you got to force the ball into him.
So Flowers goes out. Marcus Cooper, a rookie out of Rutgers, comes in to take his spot.
Unbalanced line.
A little confusion, and now Jackson trots out to the top on second down at 12. McCoy hitting the backfield again. Derek Johnson, the veteran linebacker out of Texas, makes a hit.
Johnson's had a good game. Poe and those guys up front do a great job, especially on that play right there. Poe did a great job of keeping the inside off of Derek Johnson, allowing him to get to the ball.
There's Poe, all 346 pounds of him.
He dropped 20 pounds this offseason. He told me this summer it was because he stopped eating barbecue.
Hard to do in Kansas City.
Exactly.
Man, that screen pass never had a chance.
And Poe does a good job of understanding what's about to happen, but the pass, I think, hit the right tackle right in the back. But Lane Johnson is 65. No, yeah, they either hit him or Houston.
Justin Houston right in the head, I think.
It's using your head.
It is using your head for a guy that's had 3.5 sacks tonight. So Alex Henry will try a 48-yard field goal. And it's going to be wide left. Another missed opportunity. Wow. Score stays at 16-9 with 2:42 remaining in the third quarter. Now coming up next Thursday night, Colin Kaepernick, Sam Bradford. Big game in the NFC West as the Rams will be home to the San Francisco 49ers. Both hoping to win this Sunday and then join us in St. Louis next Thursday night at 8.
Interesting to see how San Francisco will react with Indianapolis coming to town after Seattle spanked them last week.
Did they ever? Quick throw out in the flats to McCluster and a nice open field tackle by Nate Allen.
Nate Allen having a better game tonight. Watched the tape last week, actually the first 2 weeks, and that particular position has really struggled for the Eagles.
Nate took a lot of abuse in the newspapers this week in Philadelphia, that's for sure.
Well, he earned some of it.
Smith on second and 9. The quick throw to the outside, complete to the fullback. And a flag down. Patrick Chung rides down Anthony Sherman, and again a penalty marker on the play.
Illegal formation. Number 76, offense, not lined up on the line of scrimmage.
You could almost.
All you would-be tackles out there. Here's a word for you.
Correction. Philadelphia is elected to decline the penalty. It'll be third down.
You got to get up to the line of scrimmage.
Interesting. They declined the penalty. Chip Kelly wants that football back. Brandon Albert, it looks like an airplane wing, the way he is to his left guard on an angle.
Third down and a long 6.
Chip Kelly's having a conversation down there with these guys. Now he's saying take them back. I never declined it.
All right. So we'll walk back to the 34-yard line.
It's a weird game, man.
If he didn't decline it, where did they get that idea? Kansas City's had a ton of penalties tonight, 6 of them on their offense. Third down hasn't been great for either team, has it?
No.
As far as what you need to get. And 2nd and 14 here. Crossing route, Avery with a catch, and here he goes for another first down, and then some. Stepped out of bounds, but he's got a first down at about the 43-yard line.
Ness, if you're looking for a key play, what are you looking for if you're the Eagles defense right there? What killed you in the first half, a guy up until tonight who's been a somewhat pedestrian receiver in this league, had over 100 yards receiving in the first half. Here he goes, underneath again, right? Now you got to make the tackle, Patrick Chung. You make the tackle, you get off the field.
Right. Problems that have cropped up against the Chargers last Sunday, cropping up again, trying to get off the field. Long yardage situations by the opposition. Jamal Charles coming the other way to the 40. Brandon Boykin with a hit.
Holding number 72, offense, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Jeff Allen is down for the 2nd time tonight. He was shaken up earlier in the first half. Penalty was on Eric Fisher, the rookie first-round draft choice. Allen was hurt in the first half, and Jeff Schwartz had to come in to take his spot. And now he's down again.
Eric Fisher struggling a little bit with Cox. I had a conversation with Eric Fisher on the field before the game. First pick in the entire draft from Central Michigan. Ness, when he got to the Senior Bowl, everybody wanted to know, small school, MAC conference, will he compete with the big boys? He blocked everybody all week long. Went from what some people thought mid to late first-round pick to the first overall guy. And I said, hey, who was your offensive line coach? He said, Mike Cummings. He said, if you could say something about him, he was unbelievable the way he taught me and made me what I am today. And I think that's pretty cool when guys want to pay back their college position coaches.
Andy Reid was telling us yesterday, at times Eric Fisher is so pretty, it looks perfect. Other times he's a rookie, and he's going to make some mistakes.
Well, to use an old Dick Vermeil saying, you got to have ankle flexion. And you got to get all your cleats into the ground. And where he gets in trouble is when he gets too tall and too tippy-toe.
And right now, Jeff Allen's tippy-toeing on those cleats to the sideline. The 2nd-year pro out of Illinois.
I did the combine one year with Coach Vermeil, and I learned more football in a couple days than I had learned in a long time. I mean, he was awesome.
Dick Vermeil who coached both these teams at one time or another.
Right.
First and 20. Here's the tight end, Sean McGrath. Again, a team that was tight end rich and right now is tight end poor because of injuries. I'm not quite sure how that chin strap even works with that thing.
That's a bad look. In West Philly, they call that a BL.
At Henderson State, they love it.
And you're going to battle tonight with Sean McGrath, a tight end from Henderson State, and Kevin Brock, who you just signed off the street.
Smith again doesn't pull the trigger. He's going to get what he can with his legs and get out of bounds and make the 3rd down a little easier.
Brad, we talked in the open a little bit of how he's sneaky athletic. He's not flashy like Michael Vick, but this is an athletic quarterback. And again, he's not going to beat himself. He got heavy pressure from Thornton, pulled it down, and made a little something out of nothing.
And the 3rd quarter is going to come to a close. It'll be a big 3rd down for Kansas City in Philadelphia territory to start the 4th quarter. One touchdown game here at the Link. 4th quarter upcoming. Bob Sutton, the defensive coordinator, Kansas City. His team's done a nice job tonight against the fast-paced Philadelphia Eagle offense that hasn't been that fast-paced tonight. 3rd down and 4 to open up the 4th quarter for the Chiefs. Smith completes, got it to the tight end, McGrath, and he's got a first down. Been a long time since the Chiefs offense has scored a fourth quarter touchdown. 10 games ago.
Oh.
Right now they're on a drive right now. They can put them in the driver's seat if they can finish one of these off.
How about our boy McGrath? You got on him about his beard, and we're kidding him about where he came from, and he just made the biggest third down conversion of the ball game.
So Kansas City driving into Philadelphia territory right here at the 28-yard line. Here's a stretch play. Jamal Charles made the first guy miss, kept his footing, and gets out. Good gain down near the 20-yard line.
So Blaga almost made the play there. I thought they might call a hold on the center, Rodney Hudson, that time. He got away with it.
They'll spot this one at the 21. We'll make it second down and 3.
I know one thing, Brad. The game might be sloppy, but we're seeing two of the niftiest tailbacks in the NFL.
Well, that's for sure. The eyes of Jamal Charles. And now the legs of Jamal Charles. And a first down and more down the sideline. First and goal, Kansas City.
Brandon Albert does a great job here. And they've been battling all night right here on Trent Cole. He's got to kick him out. 74 Schwartz, the guard, does a good job sealing inside. And that's all Jamal Charles needs. Simple blocking, good running.
First and goal, Kansas City, with a touchdown lead here in the fourth quarter and trying to add points. Two tight ends, both on the left side as you look behind the eye backfield. And now the fullback on the move, Jamal Charles, taking it wide to the pylon. Touchdown, Kansas City. There's their first fourth quarter touchdown in a long time for their offense.
First round pick Eric Fisher does an excellent job setting the edge offensively. Look at the last guy in the line of scrimmage, gets a good piece there, sets the edge, and then Sherman, the fullback, gets just enough of Nate Allen for the speedy tailback to dance into the end zone.
Speed will get you every time, and he got it to the corner. Capping off a 47-yard drive with a touchdown, a much-needed one for Kansas City. Now we know Philadelphia needs a couple of scores. Jamal Charles first took it 18 yards to get it down first and goal. And the final 3, good for the touchdown. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Lexus, introducing a car designed with one purpose, to stand apart. The all-new 2014 Lexus IS. It's your move. And by Burger King, where taste is king. Everybody wants to be Rocky Balboa when you're here in town. 23-9 Kansas City, trying to go to 3-0 on this young season. It would be more wins than they had in the entire campaign last year. And the 4 takeaways certainly helped the cause tonight. Philadelphia doing a nice job running the football. Michael Vick a big part of that. And LaShawn McCoy the other half. But now they need a couple of scores. Johnson brings it out of the end zone. And got out to about the 22-yard line. The first time Johnson tried to handle it, fumbled the punt, that led to a field goal. And Eric Berry on a deflection by Derek Johnson. A pick 6 made it 10-0. Here's another of the Eagles' miscues. Fumble recovery there. And Jamal Charles just moments ago with the Kansas City touchdown. So now the Eagles know what they're looking at. Got to get some points now and start to get them in a hurry. Vick down the middle, overshot. Brent Selleck, the tight end.
Well, Brad, people ask me all the time, how do you defeat this Eagles offense? How do you compete defensively with it? I watched Chip Kelly's Oregon team play Stanford last year. Stanford beat them 17-14. They dominated up front. The corners destroyed bubble screen, and the safeties made tackles. And that's what I'm seeing tonight.
And whistle. Oh, man. That might have been a home run right there, but flags out.
Snap. False start, number 71, offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
It's
Jason
barely
Peters
with
a penalty.
Yep. Peters' nearest tackle jumps. I'll be anxious to see, Brad, whether or not at this point Kansas City gets a little more conservative with 2 high safeties, trying not to give up a big play.
Michael Vick's only hit 1 of his last 6 passes. They keep it on the ground here. McCoy trying to take it wide, does. Got out to the 25, but that's it. They're trying to get up to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. One of those is the real call, and one's a dummy call.
What if they're both dummy calls?
Could be. Good point. Avant in motion. Vick, trouble from behind. He felt it and got out of there, and now turns on the speed and gets a first down.
Brandon Flowers is lying down on the 40-yard line. You're going to hear the boos again in a minute.
Again, he came in with a bad right knee. They had to work him out a couple hours before the game to even see if he was going to be active tonight.
Trainer right there with him is Rick Burkhalter, who was in Philadelphia with Andy for years.
12:20 remaining in the game. We'll check on Brandon Flowers when we come back. Checking on Brandon Flowers' right knee, the knee that was gimpy coming into the game.
Makes a cut right there with Selleck, and I thought right there he hurt it again. I don't think there's any way he's faking an injury. He's their best defensive player. You want him on the field, not on the sidelines.
Michael Vick had a first down run on the last play. Now throwing on first down. Avant tipped it to himself. What a catch. He has been the man at wide receiver tonight for the Eagles. And now they hustle up at the Chiefs 41. McCoy burst into the secondary. Goodbye. Touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, a 41-yard touchdown run, and the Eagles are right back in it.
Pretty simple. Right here, Poe, and then look at Herman's on the other side. Kelsey gets a great block on Poe. Herman gets his hips turned. McCoy does the rest.
Extra point good. Jason Avant, a great catch. An 18-yard pickup. That set up shop for LaShawn McCoy. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Chip Kelly, his Eagles score quickly and right back in the football game. 78-yard drive in just 5 plays. Took a minute and 21 seconds to get in the end zone, and now we've got a 1-touchdown game again. Henry to kick. Dexter McCluster comes up on it at the 1-yard line and put it on the ground. McCluster inside the 5 and goes down there.
Two of the better special teams players down there. Colt Anderson was there. Chung was there. Coleman was there. There's the fumble by McCluster. And now you got a problem, Dexter. Coleman forces him back inside. Colt Anderson cleans it up.
And you know that the folks in that end zone are going to make it tough on Alex Smith right here.
And Ness, the longer this thing goes on, don't you get the sense that Kansas City had a lot of opportunities to close this thing out, didn't get it done, and now Philadelphia's got an opportunity to win this football game.
Here come the Eagle fans to try to help their defense. The cluster in motion. Play fake. Smith from his own end zone. Middle screen to Charles. Charles is not going to get much, courtesy of Earl Wolf, the rookie safety. We've had some close games in the first 2 weeks. And as we lead off weekend number 3, we've got another one going on.
Talk to coaches all the time, and they say the margin of victory is so tight, you never know when a game-deciding play might happen. It's not necessarily in the fourth quarter. It can be anywhere during the game.
Michael Vick hoping for another chance soon. Alex Smith trying to get his Chiefs out of the shadow of their own goalpost, and he's hit and goes down at the 5. Brandon Graham.
Former first-round pick, hasn't played a lot of snaps. He's going to beat Brandon Albert by hustle. He's under control now. The bull rush comes working back inside. Smith nowhere to go. Huge play by Brandon Graham.
Again, Kansas City priding itself on not making mistakes. They don't want one here. Smith's going to be standing basically on his own goal line in the shotgun on 3rd and 10. From the end zone. Fires. And it's Avery again. And a first down at the 20.
And this is a play, you've got a safety over the top who's got to take a better angle to the football. Outside technique. Look at 29 Allen. You can't drive like that. You've got to see the play. There's nobody else on the field threatening your zone. You got to be more aggressive on your drive.
Donnie Avery, 7 catches, 4 of them on 3rd down. None any bigger than that one. And 141 yards receiving. That one was big. 9.5 to go. Smith over the middle again to the tight end. Sean McGrath, about an 8-yard pickup again.
That's his 5th catch, I believe. I like how Alex Smith took his time and worked back to McGrath. That was certainly not his first read. Eyes, where is it? Scanning the field, come back to the bearded wonder, put it on him. Bang.
Right out of Ducks Dynasty and into Thursday Night Football. Charles has got a first down as his lid comes off.
Yeah.
Michael Kendricks with a tackle.
Actually, his own guard, John Asamoah, probably tackled him.
And Jamal Charles comes off showing some pain as he heads to the sideline.
I think his eyes lit up. Wait till you see the hole, and then Asamoah right there contacts him, and then here comes Hendricks with a little helmet-to-helmet collision. Remember, that's legal. But when a ball carrier loses his helmet, the play is dead immediately.
And he shows the effects of that run. Niall Davis in at tailback now, 1st and 10. He's going to get the carry. He got a yard or so, though. D'Amico Ryans was there to meet him.
And Niall Davis, hold on to the football, son. I think he fumbled it like 4 times against Alabama last year, if I remember correctly.
A lot of people fumble against Alabama.
And Nick's got that thing going a little bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, a little bit.
Huge play right here.
Trying to put some air back in Jamal Charles' helmet on the sideline.
They're going to run option here.
They're in a pistol set. Smith going to throw out of the backfield to his fullback, and he's got the first down. Anthony Sherman. Pickup of 10.
Not flashy, you move the chains. 5-man protection. Check it down. I don't think Alex Smith has gotten close to throwing the ball into traffic, except for that one early where he didn't see him with the defensive lineman who got in the lane.
They get another first down. The clock is an ally to the Chiefs right now. They keep getting 4 or 5 yard chunks and keep moving the sticks.
So the key is points at the end of the drive. Philly can score quickly.
And into Eagle territory goes Nile Davis.
I liked Asamoah, the big right guard, getting on the linebacker there. And Kansas City last week against Dallas, fourth quarter, a little over 3 minutes left. They took the footballs down the field in heavy personnel when Dallas knew they were trying to run the clock, and they got it all the way down to 16 seconds to win the football game.
And the best way to take away the high-powered, or at least at times this year, Philadelphia offense, keep them on the sideline.
No doubt. I don't, you know, if you're Kansas City, you want no parts of Shady McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, and Michael Vick.
Davis puts both hands around the football, comes up short of the first down, but they've ripped more than 5 minutes off the clock here.
And you're in a manageable third down. Remember we showed earlier, average third down was like 8.5 for each team. Get 3rd and 2, your whole playbook is open.
Last week, Phillip Rivers was sensational on third down. Alex Smith tonight not doing too bad either.
This is a huge play in this game.
Biggest third down of the night right here.
Might be alert play action here. Oh, confusion. Junior Hemingway's in the ball game, and I don't think Alex Smith liked where he was. See him? Junior, you need to be in crack motion there, son.
So a 3rd down and 2, an all-important 3rd down and 2 coming up. Reminder for you right now, with NFL Game Rewind, you can relive every game online, on demand, and in HD. Subscribe today at NFL.com/Game Rewind. When they rewind this one, they're going to see that the Eagles had way too many mistakes in the game, but luckily their defense bailed them out, and Kansas City, as Mike said earlier, had a lot of opportunities to ice this game a long time ago, and they haven't been able to put it away.
I give Kansas City credit, though, because they don't have Fasano. They don't have Moiaki. They don't have Kelsey. They went to a wide open set. All of a sudden, Donnie Avery steps up and makes plays tonight.
Jamal Charles is back in there. That's good news for Kansas City. They took over at their own 5-yard line. This is the 10th play of the drive. Smith, and it's complete, and it's a first down, and they finally go to number 82 for the first time in a long time. Dwayne Bowe, first down.
Yeah, and the Eagles brought pressure. 2 defensive backs off the edge, and Alex Smith, remember the gigabytes? You're going to see a D-back here and a D-back outside. They're both coming. The gigabytes get in and bang, ball's out, first down. That's a hot read. Too many guys coming. You got to get rid of the football. Dwayne Bowe sits it down, ball's out.
And it's going to be down to about 5 minutes when they snap it again. First down at the Eagles 42. Perfect this drive is Alex Smith. Charles behind his fullback and his wide receiver, and then some. Jamal Charles to the 25-yard line. That's a tough run right there.
Moving.
Reminiscent of last week against Dallas. They have a fullback, 2 tight ends in the game. They're telling you we're coming downhill and we're coming hard. They're wearing down this Eagles defense. That's the 68th play by Kansas City. Philly's only run 56.
Another first down at the Eagles 25. 7-minute drive now. Exactly what the doctor ordered if you're a Chiefs fan. Charles again. Another 3.
You know, Brad, it's Andy Reid is one of the biggest throw-first coaches in the league. He loves to throw the football. I talked to Brad Childress about that before the game. I said, you know, and Brad is a special assistant, and Brad is a guy that's coached with Andy. He's right there. Was an assistant coach, his offensive coordinator, then became a head coach in the league, and he's the kind of guy that Andy will listen to. And he said last week with 3 minutes left, Andy said, we got to throw the ball. Brad was like, Coach, we can't throw the ball. You got to bleed the clock. And Andy might not like to hear that, but he needs to hear that.
They are definitely bleeding clock right here. Boy, a little trouble with a handoff to Davis. He did get a yard out of it. D'Amico Ryans came around to make the stop. That was a weird looking play on the handoff.
Yeah.
Timeout with 3:27 remaining. Kansas City by a touchdown. The NFL and all 32 teams are celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. Visit NFL.com/Hispanic Heritage to hear the personal stories of Hispanic players in the NFL. Another big third down for Kansas City. They've had 3rd and 15, 3rd and 19, and 3rd and 10 all converted tonight to Donnie Avery.
Alert Jamal Charles.
3rd down and 5. Throw skips off the hands of A.J. Jenkins. And it's 4th down.
Good coverage by Kerry Williams. Critical 3rd down.
Mike, they burnt over 8 minutes off the clock. And now it's Ryan Suckup that's going to try to tack on an all-important 3 here. This will be a 38-yard field goal attempt. Suckup from 38 yards out. Perfect. And the all-important second score the Chiefs needed to stretch this back out to a 10-point game.
Second week in a row, the Chiefs' offensive line, critical 4th down situations, has buckled down, been able to run the football, and more importantly, time off the clock.
And now, if ever the Eagles were going to score quickly, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, maybe twice.
Right. Don't forget, stick around when the game ends. Rich and Dion, Marshall, Steve, and Michael will be live on the field, breaking down the action with highlights and player interviews. Want to hang around right here for the Total Access postgame show immediately following our game tonight.
Yeah, they have some fun down there. They get it going a little bit.
Yes, they do.
Marshall and Rich.
So DeMaris Johnson waits on the kick. Deshaun Jackson hoping that he can be a factor. Had one long pass tonight, but they've done a pretty good job of taking him out of the ball game. And 8 or 9 yards deep. Johnson will not bring it out. Remember, Kansas City took over at their own 5-yard line. Had some tough runs by Jamal Charles. Big 3rd down conversions. That one caught by the fullback. And then Dwayne Bowe with a completion. Charles another tough run to the outside that set him up at least to get the field goal. They give him a 10-point lead. So time for Michael Vick and company to come up with some magic. Whoa, everybody took off except the center.
False start. Everybody but the center. Offense.
That's for you in his ear.
1st down.
Thanks, Walt. Yep, everybody pulled the trigger except Jason Kelsey. Michael Vick flushed out of the pocket, throws across his body, and throws a strike to Brent Selleck. 1st down.
Testing. Hello. Microphone.
Eric Murray's done a pretty good job on the tight ends all night.
They won the Chiefs.
Again, the Eagles get it snapped in a hurry at the 3-minute mark. This one intended for Deshaun Jackson, and kind of a one-hopper out there. Dante Robinson was covering.
This thing does. I'm sorry. All right, good. All right, I'm done here.
The 2nd down and 10. 2:57 remaining. Vick had it batted down at the line of scrimmage again.
Yep. Right inside. I think it's Poe. Yep, right there, Poe with Kelsey and Harriman. I'm telling you, Kansas City's corners have done a great job. Riley Cooper hasn't gotten a sniff all night. Deshaun Jackson has not had much at all.
Eagles have got to have this third down. Vick flags down. We're going to have a holding call, I think, as he got it complete down to Zach Ertz, the tight end. It would be a first down, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have a holding.
Holding, number 79, offense. 10-yard penalty, third down.
Todd Harriman's negates a first down and makes things worse for the Eagles offense.
Todd Herman's a right guard. Again, I thought he struggled mightily last week. When you reach outside the framework of the body, they're going to call it on you every time. And that was on Tyson Jackson. Your hands have to stay inside if you don't want to get called for hold.
Eagles didn't have any penalties in the first half, and now they've got 6. Vick flushed out of the pocket. Keeps his eyes downfield, knowing he needs a big play, and he's got to throw it away at the very end. Justin Houston giving chase again.
They rolled towards Cooper. Sean Smith has been on him all night long. Just pure man coverage. Up the field, just running underneath him. He's got help. Now when he comes back, he's underneath it. So whether there's a safety on top or he's under.
Chip Kelly says, well, we might not get another chance. 4th down and 20. They go for it at their own 20. Vick needs a big play. Almost picked off. Quentin Demps. And that might be the last time the Eagles see it on offense. Kansas City takes over on downs.
I think a lot of people were artificially buoyed. What's that word? Buoyed? Give me that one. B-U-O-Y-E-D. How do you say that?
Boyd.
Boyd?
Yeah.
By that first half against Washington. And now reality's setting in a little bit. And this team won 4 games last year. And their offense is going to be real good. Steps up into the pocket. Ball's late. Easy break on the ball by Demps. But if you're an Eagles fan, I think your defense played pretty well. Your offense struggled tonight, which is the opposite-ness of what you'd expect.
Exactly.
And if you're a Kansas City fan, man, you're 3-0.
And they couldn't be happier. Jamal Charles. And Charles inside the 10. First and goal, Kansas City.
I don't know if his knee buckled down there, if he almost lost the ball, but I do know that Sherman, the fullback, has been knocking people down in front of him.
Big night for Jamal Charles. Don't forget, next Thursday, we'll go to the NFC West. Should be fun. 49ers got pasted by the Seahawks. They'll try to bounce back this weekend, and then it's Sam Bradford and the much-improved Rams who gave the Falcons all they could handle last Sunday. Thursday night in St. Louis next week. Hope you join us.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. At NFC West, man.
You got to wonder what will go through Chip Kelly's mind. This is one of those games where you figure he would never say this, and he's not that kind of guy. But you're thinking, you know what? I should hope to win this game because the guy I replaced is coming in with a different team. And Charles just did stay. No, he didn't stay in bounds. He thought he did.
Yeah, he was trying to. Give him credit for understanding he needed to.
Did everything he could to sit down before he hit the sideline.
That's a good return for Big Red. And, I don't care what people might say about his last year or two in Philadelphia. 14 years. 9 playoff, 6 division titles, 5 NFC championship games, and a Super Bowl loss. Yeah, he didn't never get that win that the city wanted badly in the Super Bowl, but the most elongated, sustained period of excellence in the history of the Eagles football team.
Charles inside the 5. 14 years as a coach in one city is an eternity. And so a fresh start for the Eagles and a fresh start for Andy Reid. And right now it's going Andy's way. hired back in '99. Good picture of him there too. There's what Mike was talking about. 5 NFC title games, lost the Super Bowl that eluded them.
And that was the big issue there. 64-32 early, then after that Super Bowl loss, more like a 500 team. All I know is the guy's a really good coach. He's an excellent teacher. What I like is he's gotten back to his roots, which is being a teacher on the field, not an administrator, a teacher.
Says he doesn't mind being away from the whole player personnel stuff at all.
Yeah.
3rd and goal. Jamal Charles won't get there, but he got near the 1-yard line. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Going to be a happy flight home for the Kansas City Chiefs tonight. They'll be 3-0 for the first time in forever. They lead by 10. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Pizza Hut. Get the $10 any pizza deal now and create your favorite pizza for just $10. And brought to you by Craftsman. Check in with Rich Eisen. Rich.
Well, coming up on our post-game show, Alex Smith will join us on the set, and we'll get full reaction from that man on his win in his return to Philly.
Total Access post-game with Rich and the guys coming up in a couple of minutes. 4th down and goal for Kansas City. And Jamal Charles going to be stopped short of the goal line. And Philadelphia's defense not quitting yet.
Like you said, your Thornton, good play. You know, I think if you're tossing out accolades today, we talked about Jamal Charles at the top, 20 to 25 touches. I see 19 carries for 92, 7 receptions for 80, 27 touches for 172 prior to the last snap.
We were asking Jamal yesterday, what's different? Alex asked him, what's different this year compared to past years with Andy Reid? And he said, Coach Andy just told me, you do your thing. He said, I've always been suppressed. Don't do this, don't do that. He said, you go out and be yourself and you'll be all right. He's been good tonight again. Michael Vick completes one to Riley Cooper. And Cooper will sit out at the 18-yard line with a 1st down. And again, the Eagles are out of timeouts. They need all the hustle they can get in their fast-paced offense to have any kind of prayer here. And Vick with Houston. Justin Houston, 4.5 sacks on the night.
Great hustle from the backside, beating Lane Johnson, chasing down Michael Vick.
And Michael Vick slow to get up.
Another draft pick. This was a Scott Pioli draft pick a couple years ago. Justin Houston. Some people criticized it because of the hot and cold nature of his play at Georgia. I think getting in the room with Tamba Ali, learning the correct work ethic. I like the hand use there, knocking down Lane Johnson's hand, stripping the quarterback.
And that's why Michael Vick he's coming off the field. At the end of the play, just a funny tackle as Houston had to lay out to get his hands around Michael Vick's ankles. Again, the play under review as Justin Houston has a hold of Michael Vick's ankles. And as Mike goes down, the ball coming out of his hand.
Yep. And it's okay that right hand is down. That doesn't count.
And you see the pain on his face as he rolled over and he came to the sideline, and Nick Foles is out there warming up right now.
Yeah, I think more importantly than who's got the football, I think, is the status of Michael Vick.
Absolutely. And again, Andy Reid about set to go to 3-0 in the AFC West. And the Eagles play the Broncos next.
The quarterback lost control of the ball before his knee was down. It is a fumble and a clear recovery by Kansas City at the 13-yard line. Please put 1:34 on the game clock.
Wonder who's going to be the AFC's Defensive Player of the Week.
Monster game.
Wow.
By Justin Houston.
2 fumble recoveries, 4.5 sacks. And now they take over with their offense. And all they have to do is take a couple of knees, and this one's over.
Now he can show a little bit of emotion.
Right.
Doug Peterson, the offensive coordinator who played for him in Philly and coached for him in Philly.
There was as many as 24 staff members, players, or coaches that at one time or another spent time in Philadelphia that are now wearing red. And they go to the head of the class right now in the AFC West. That's something they were the bottom of the class last year in the AFC West. And to be 3-0 after winning only 2 games last year. And Philadelphia, after their red-hot start and that Monday night win over the Redskins, lose back-to-back games. And their next game's at Denver, and that won't be any easier. Alex Smith engineers another Chiefs victory. Now, Andy had a standing ovation from the crowd here at Lincoln Financial Field when he took the field before the ball game. As Alex said, very little emotion shown at that point, and now hugging some of the guys on the sideline, and I think he's about to get wet over there too. And I really don't think he knows it's coming.
Here it comes.
He knows now. Alex Smith, another knee. And now they can kind of let the emotions fly.
He's slower than a dang something.
Moved pretty fast when that hit him, though, didn't he?
Man.
How happy must they be in Kansas City? 3-0. Sounds pretty good. Kansas City, time of possession, 39 minutes, much like what Phillip Rivers and the Chargers did last Sunday to Philadelphia.
Yep.
Keep it out of their hands, you got a pretty good chance you can win. 8th straight home loss dating back to last year. And it's a 10-point win tonight for Kansas City. 26-16. Andy Reid, and there's the hug from Michael Vick. We knew it was coming at some time or another. Don't forget, NFL Total Access postgame show. Rich and the guys are coming up from the field when we come back.